A very good commissioner for this North Miami Beach. She works hard. She's a good listener. She listens. Commissioner Villard is a very good commissioner for this North Miami Beach. She works hard. She's a good listener. She listens to others to understand their concern, and that's a good thing.
She's gonna listen, and she really cares. She really cares about the people. She really cares about everybody.
My commissioner, Villard, she's my friend. I don't call her my commissioner, I call her my commissioner.
From the first moment, we felt a connection. She's an amazing person.
She's very accessible. You could call her, you could send her an email.
I'll call you back.
She's always there, ready to work.
This city is amazing. She's amazing. She takes care of everybody. Even my daughter, she loves her. Every time she sees her, she was like, I want to hug Miss Paule. I want to be with her. I want every picture to be with her.
She's doing a lot for me at North Miami Beach. And then I call her my sister. I call her my friend. I don't have a name for her. She working a lot for people. And then, I don't know, I say thank you for her. And then I pray for her because I cannot give her nothing. Only I pray for her.
Greetings. I am Commissioner Paule Villard, your leader, your public servant, the trailblazer for the great city of North Miami Beach. A little over 3 years ago, the wonderful residents of our great city elected me to represent them in the city commission. Over the course of 2021, I started an intense food drive distribution where I really grew up shopping personally, deliver food to the most affected residents during the pandemic of COVID-19. I listened and learned what our residents need and want. Then I went to work to address those concerns to better serve and communicate with them on a daily basis. We have had numerous cultural and social events to enhance the life of our constituents. We have the TPS Drive for many of our immigrant residents and promote reading at the library during Library Week. Also, I honor the women who are unsung heroes in our community. I spearheaded several transformative resolutions in North Miami Beach. First, the resolution for top high-rise inspection for condominium, the ordinance that allows landlord to give a notice of 60 days before increasing the tenant rate, the city resolution, which is COVID food and security and financial hardship to the American Rescue Plan that provided thousands of people with $100 and $200 gift card to our North Miami Beach residents impacted the most by the pandemic of COVID-19. In addition to the distribution, we gave over 2,000 turkeys during the Thanksgiving time. Testing and vaccination sites in reference to COVID-19 following the CDC guidelines. The new North Miami Beach Senior Center, I can't wait for our seniors. As a liaison to the Seniors Committee, I celebrated several senior citizens' birthday who turned 100 or more in our city and drive-through birthday celebration for our youth during this online pandemic of COVID-19. I sponsored the SAT prep for high school students in North Miami Beach so they can obtain a higher score and attend a better college of their choices. One of the quality of life issues is transportation, and I voted to implement 2 trolleys in the Utica area to provide free rides to all our residents around North Miami Beach. I also voted with my colleagues to pass the living wage and tuition reimbursement for our part-timers. As a retired police sergeant, safety is our number one priority for our constituents. I then voted to increase more police officers so they can feel safe going in and out of their neighborhoods. I promised to bring the water back during my campaign, and with my colleagues, I voted to bring it back in-house, whereas the city of North Miami Beach would be over the water, and right now, it is back. I implemented the impact program where our youth can be mentored during the summer and obtain a part-time job and get paid for it. As part of the rescue plan, we will soon be changing roofs, fixing them, impact windows and doors, helping the residents with hardship rent and mortgages. I would like to thank our city manager, Mr. Arthur Soray, for allowing us to serve our residents in an effective and efficient manner. Team NNB, my colleagues, let's continue working together in order to alleviate the pains, worries, and well-being of our residents. North Miami Beach, where people care.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The great city of North Miami Beach. Feels good to be back here in Washington Park. Been here a few times. This time for a town hall meeting. Go over a few things. We're gonna have a brief presentation from my chief of staff. We're gonna do a presentation, kind of overview, a little bit of bragging on some of the things we've done over the last year and a half that we've been here. A lot of the initiatives led by Commissioner Villard. So we're going to do that. And then we'll have a couple remarks from Commissioner Villard, and then we'll go through a question and answer session. As always, we're here to answer your questions. My only rule, be respectful. Nobody's, here, my staff isn't here after hours to be disrespected by anyone, and neither am I. So please be respectful. We'll be here. We'll get to everyone. We'll answer questions and go through some things. So at this time, I'm going to call up my chief of staff to start the presentation, and then we'll move forward from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Hello, everyone. My name is Francisco. I'm the chief of staff here for the city. Before we actually begin, I just want to say that I'm very thankful to be here tonight. Washington Park is one of the communities I've worked the closest with. Shout out to Lorenzo. I really love this community. Before we begin, I do want to recognize Mr. Mayor. Thank you for being here. We have Vice Mayor Hanson for everyone. Commissioner Fortuna Smelter. Commissioner Villard is also here, obviously. And also, I just want to thank, before we begin, the Parks Department, police for being here tonight. Thank you for putting this together. IT, thank you guys.
Former Commissioner Smith and Chernoff are here too.
Former Commissioner Smith, thank you. So now we can start. Obviously, we're going to have a welcoming remark from the commissioner, so let me just jump ahead to a few accomplishments with the city. As you can see, one of our biggest accomplishments was actually making sure of the disbursement of the ARPA funds that we received. We've been able to fund infrastructure projects as well as some services for the city. Another accomplishment that we've had this fiscal year, we passed legislation addressing the cost of living increase. So city employees were able to receive a minimum wage of $15 an hour. We passed legislation adding a local advantage to businesses. where if they apply or if they bid for, essentially for any projects that we put out there, they will get a local advantage essentially. So this helps our local businesses. As you know, we were able to successfully transition to waste management, from waste management to also waste and recycling. Also, Freebie is here. Freebie was launched on August 8th. I hope that you guys are using this service. It's brand new in the city, but it was very, very neat. In terms of our police department, with the reaccreditation, through the Commission for Florida Law Enforcement Accreditation. Great, thank you, Excelsior status. And obviously, with Public Works, we have new bike lanes on Northeast 183rd Street. Great accomplishment, thank you guys. Moving forward, I want to point out what our strategic plan is for the next fiscal year. Some of you in the back may not be able to see the goals here, but I do want to highlight the goals. So what we have here is safe, clean, and beautiful community. That's goal number 1 for next fiscal year. Also, elevate the quality of life for residents by improving resilience, sustainable, and affordable placemaking. That's goal number 2. Provide innovative digital services. That's goal number 3. Maintain a high-performing city organization that is focused on excellent customer service. That's goal number 4. Advance culture and the arts. Goal number 5. And finally, goal number 6, revitalize downtown and major corridors. Now, these are goals for the next fiscal year. However, we have engaged already and we have addressed some of these goals this fiscal year, 2021-2022. This is a sponsored legislation that addresses the essentially maintaining a high-performing city organization that is focused on excellent customer service. This was essentially a trolley service expansion. The Ulita neighborhood, I know that this doesn't really apply too much for Washington Park, but the Ulita neighborhood did not have trolley service a couple of years ago. And through legislation sponsored by Commissioner Villard, they finally got that service in the city. I know that some of you may remember July 2nd, 2021. That's when the city and the police department, they had to go to Crestview and evacuate the building. In the aftermath of that, the city passed legislation that addressed the time frame when engineering reports are supposed to be submitted to the city. That's very important to ensure that the city is aware of any discrepancies electrically and structurally for buildings in the city. Again, the alignment with the strategic goals is the safe, clean, and beautiful community, and also to elevate the quality of life for our residents. Now, this one is in terms of services for the community, in terms of, this is the public gift card sponsored legislation that we've had. In the past, the mayor and the commission, they approved funds to be used towards this goal. Right now, the alignment with our strategic plan is to elevate the quality of life for residents. As you may know, the last commission meeting, we approved funding to get another round of gift cards for the community. This is going to be 1,500 gift cards in the denomination of $150. You can expect this to be launched to the residents of North Miami Beach by early October. So it's coming pretty soon. And again, the requirements, where to get information for this is going to be shared with all of you soon via our social media, constant contact. So please keep in touch, our website as well. Are there any renters here? Any renters? your rent. So this applies to you specifically. Right now, there's legislation here in the city that if your landlord wants to increase your rent, they need to give you proper notice. And proper notice is 60 days prior, essentially, to them increasing your rent. This was thanks to some efforts from our Commissioner Villard. And essentially, the alignment with our strategic goals is to elevate the quality of life for our residents. So these are just a few of our accomplishments, a few of legislative items that the City and Commissioner Villard sponsored. Now I want to get into a few services, right, that the city has. If you're over 60 years old, you can actually take advantage of this program here, Getting Fit with Coach D. This is happening every Tuesday and Thursday from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. for seniors over the age of 60. This is happening at the McDonald Center, 17051 Northeast 19th Avenue. If you know how to get to City Hall, you know how to get to the McDonald Center. Essentially, they're right next to each other. Team Chat program. Now, I do want to highlight this is a program, a partnership with the police department. Essentially, it's a 5-week program that aims to open a conversation with teens about mental health, relationships with law enforcement, community engagement, and more. This is going to start pretty soon. Matter of fact, this weekend. It starts this Saturday for 5 weeks, every Saturday, from September 10th through October 8th. Hispanic Heritage Month is coming. September 15th through October 15th.
Oh my God, it's my best friend calling me again. I wonder if something's wrong. This is only the 12th time.
That's perfect segue to Hispanic Heritage. Free cafecito with Commissioner Paule Villard. Obviously, more than having cafecito with your commissioner, this is also a way to promote a local business. Tropics Cafe, located at 1501 Northeast 167th Street. It's one of our local businesses here. We want to highlight them. And also we want to invite you, this is happening September 21st, 2022, this year obviously, from 8 to 10 a.m. But please come out. We want to listen to you, share your feedback, have some cafecito, have some pastelitos maybe, in the spirit of Hispanic Heritage Month. If you're not familiar with this, the city recently acquired a new senior center. This senior center obviously is not really ready to be open, but we are going to have a groundbreak ceremony. This is going to happen October 14th. We also have a senior luncheon that's usually scheduled at the same time. So we're just merging them together. We're going to have the senior luncheon and the groundbreak ceremony at the location of our new senior center, which is across the street from Walmart. If you know how to go to Walmart, then you'll get there. It's really close to the library as well. And my final portion of the presentation is actually related to our website. If you visit our website, you'll notice that we could say it could be a little outdated. We have staff here with tablets that have a survey. This survey is asking for your feedback, and the feedback is going to be used to essentially revamp our website. It's important for us to get your opinion on the website, how to make it better, how to include our services, and essentially it's going to make you guys navigate our website better, and that's the goal here. So please, if you do see a couple of our staff with tablets, please do engage with them. It's only 3 to 4 minutes, the survey, so please do finish it up and help us out for a moment. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Ken Walia, our Community Planning Director, for a few code enforcement updates.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kent Walia. Our our code enforcement division is responsible for enforcing city regulations to protect property values and the general welfare and public in our community of the city of North Miami Beach. We are responsible for keeping our cities clean and safe and improving neighborhood aesthetics. We support and enhance property values through enforcing of the code to make sure that aging buildings are maintained and properties don't deteriorate. In the Code Enforcement Division, we work closely with various departments such as Public Works, Police, Building, Planning, Zoning, Parks and Recreation, and our legal departments. We have direct interaction with Special Magistrate and the Code Enforcement Board. Our goal in the Code Compliance Division is to achieve voluntary compliance and help our residents achieve compliance. Thank you very much.
I didn't notice we had that kind of transition now. Before we actually turn it over to our chief, I just want to recognize Commissioner Daniela Jean. And thank you for being here. With that, we have our newly appointed chief, Harvette Smith.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out to the town hall meeting. We know you all have busy schedules, but apparently your community is important to you, and we appreciate you all being here. I want to start out by introducing my staff. I have Deputy Chief Ford, Major Nichols, which is over our administrative division, Major Pinillos, which is over our operations division, Commander Falone, Crime Prevention Unit, Major Ochoa, who's over our investigation division, Captain Seen, administrative, Captain Rodriguez, investigations division. I have the senior advisor to the city manager, Tim Belcher. Our agency chaplain, Rabbi Rosenberg. I wanted to spend a couple of minutes just explaining to you all a couple of things that, initiatives that I am going to be bringing to the police department to enhance our community partnership. We have a community policing oriented unit. However, we're going to enhance it by providing you more initiatives, more ideas, more things that we can do community engagements to bring you all in to partner with the police department. As you know, community-based policing or community-oriented policing is both a philosophy and an organizational strategy that allows police and the community to work together. So we need you to help us to be our extra eyes and ears to reduce crime. So some of the things that we're gonna be doing is we will be putting out different additional initiatives for crime prevention. How many of you know what the 9 p.m. routine is?
Yeah.
Awesome. So that is something that started worldwide. At 9 p.m., it's a reminder for you to lock your doors, lock your home doors, turn on the lights outside to make your house a little bit more visible, and set your alarm. That is something to keep you from being a victim. It helps the police department. We've been pushing that wave out. We're going to continue to do that because that's going to be a way to reduce crime. One other thing we're going to focus on is mental health and wellness. As you all know, mental health affects communities and law enforcement. What I've done is provide additional training to our police officers. What happens is when you all call us for help for social or quality of life type issues, when we get there, we want to be a help to you. We don't want to be where we're escalating the situation. So we're going to be there to provide tools for you to calm the situation because we don't want it to be where things get escalated and the police isn't there to help. With that being said, we do have our new mission statement that was put together to exceed the expectations of the community we serve with professionalism and ethical services while ensuring a safe and secure environment for the residents, visitors, and businesses within the city of North Miami Beach. Our vision will continue to lead the law enforcement by providing excelsior service, because we're an excelsior agency, to all diverse community partnerships through trust, respect, and compassion.
Now, we're gonna have some updates from our Public Works Director, David Scott. These are connectivity and transportation updates that I think you may find interesting and informative.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm just, again, David Scott, with the city of North Miami Beach, and I'm enjoying every day of it. It's a great pleasure to be here to serve this administration, this leadership, as well as this community. So thank you for spending time with us this evening. I'd like to start out by talking about one of the areas that is important to the Department of Public Works. In addition to solid waste, facilities, all the other things that we do around the city, connectivity is one of our priorities. So we want to make sure we make it easy for people, community, residents, businesses to get back and forth throughout the city. We know that connectivity is a great economic driver for the city. It helps you get to where you need to be, as well as connecting people to jobs. So this is just a snapshot of one of our strategies. We really look at a comprehensive approach. We look at our trolley services, which I will go into a little bit more as we go further. We also are involved with traffic calming. So we have some of our communities which you have issues of speeding, you have issues of trying to slow people down. We want our neighborhoods to be safe for our families and our children. So traffic calming is one of those areas that we need to address, and we do address within the Department of Public Works. And traffic calming can consist of speed humps, traffic circles. You've seen all of those around the city. We have a new service, and Francisco mentioned that earlier, and that was our freebie. That's a new service that was just started within the city. It is a free service to our community and our residents. You just call up freebie, you download the app, and it takes you wherever you need to be within the city limits, and it provides a great service to our community. We have many projects that if you're not willing or want to, and it's important for us to get out of our cars sometime for all the right reasons. So we're building a much larger bicycle network. So if you're interested in health or using your bicycle and getting out of our cars, we are making sure that bikes are part of our connectivity strategy. And last but not least, we have many infrastructure projects, roadway projects that we have underway. Next slide, please. I mentioned our trolley service. For those of you that aren't familiar with our trolley, we run 4 routes, 2 on the Ulita route. So those run every day, 6 days a week from 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. For any additional information, you can find that on our website. Next slide, please. This is, I mentioned earlier, our transit app. This app will allow you to identify and locate where those buses are at any time, so that if you have to catch a bus to any of those trolleys to anywhere, you pull the app up. The app will show you in real time where those buses are located, and you can meet that bus on that bus stop at that time. And the trolleys are also available for flag down. So if you're out there and you see the trolley, the drivers do provide that as a courteous service, where they will stop and pick you up along that route. So using the app, again, you can start using the app by downloading the NMB Transit app from the Apple Store or the Google Store. All right, next slide, please. I mentioned earlier a freebie. It's a new service, as I mentioned. Our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. We also have an opportunity for our local businesses that would like to advertise and have placement on the freebie. So that is available to our local businesses to help support them as they grow as well within the city. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Francisco.
and we'll have a few words from our Commissioner Paule Villard.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Wait a minute, you can do better than that. Come on. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah. Are you happy to be here in the great city of North Miami Beach?
Yeah.
Yes. Right? You see your cities working, you know, we are growing, and we're doing the right things. We're serving you, we're helping you, we're listening, we listen to you. And whatever you need, we try to make sure that we get close to exactly what you need. Sometimes we can do 100%, but we try our best. And you as the residents, you are satisfied. That's what's very important. Again, my name is Commissioner Paule Villard, your public servant in the great city of North Miami Beach, a retired police sergeant from the great city of Miami, the City of Miami Police Department, where I served, protected and served for over 27 years. I have been a resident of North Miami Beach for over 32 years. So I am here to stay, and I'm here to serve you. And any question, any concern, Commissioner Villard is always here for you, night, day. And as you can see, the accomplishment that we've done, we started working in 2018 after you voted me into office. You voted me. And once you voted me, you said, get out and work. And that's exactly what I did. And I've been working for the last 4 years. And today, I want to thank my city manager and his staff, because before we couldn't do everything that we're doing now. But because of our city manager and his staff understanding that people come before politics, and that's exactly why we're working. If today that you can have your roof fixed, you can have your windows and doors fixed, we didn't have that before. And we're serving you. I thank you so much for coming. I invited a lot of you and you came. And on behalf of the great city of North Miami Beach, I just want to say, continue staying with us, and whatever you need, you call us, go to the city, call your commissioners, your elected officials, and we are here to serve. I just want to stand up. You should stand up too much. And we have our attorney, Mark Seville, from the former PMC board. Thank you for coming. And we also have, everybody here. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Don't forget to get your ticket. Remember, before you go home, somebody's gonna go home with an iPad. I hope it's the right person. The person who needs an iPad. And then we're gonna give you a ticket, don't worry. And we also have some gift cards. Little that you can go home with. That's what we do. When we come, I know after work you work so hard all day, and you come here to just listen and make sure you ask questions. Ask the right question, because we have all the stuff here to help you today. Okay? God bless you. Stay connected with the City of Champions, the great city of North Miami Beach, where people do care. God bless.
God bless.
So at this time, we're going to open it up for questions. As the commissioner did say, we have everyone here to answer your questions. I know it's budget season, so my CFO is not here. She'll be the only one that won't be here. So CFO questions can't be answered tonight. I'll just find at it if I know the answer, but that's it. But because we're here in Washington Park, somebody did send me something in appreciation for us moving forward with the Washington Park Community Center. We didn't have that in the presentation, did we? Was that it? Oh, okay. Francisco. One of the greatest accomplishments that we made has been a dream of, 40 years I've been here from the residents of Washington Park. with building a new community center here. So I know as everybody came, they saw the green fence around the area across the street that the city wound up buying the convenience store. Did a lot of activity was happening, we demolished the community center. So we're moving forward with the Washington Park Dream. So a dream, you know, that was 40 years ago, and a poem by the great Langston Hughes was sent to me. And that poem reads, what happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it sink like rotten meat? Does it stink like rotten meat? Or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode? That's it. So the dream, you know, I'm here to tell you the plans are in motion. We're meeting on Washington Park once a week. So you can expect your community center very soon. With that being said, I'm here to answer questions. Any questions that you guys may have? Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. I have a question with the garbage.
Yes.
Okay. I have a question with the garbage. They don't pick it up when they're supposed to pick it up or whatever day, and then your garbage is sitting out there and it's smelling, and then we gotta wait till the following week or whatever for them to pick up the garbage. And I've been in North Miami Beach 60-some years, Washington Park, and I mean, the garbage is, you know, they don't pick
Is
up.
this as of recent, or this is?
This recently. This is
like
recently.
within the last 2 months?
The last week or two. Yeah, yeah.
Last week or two?
Yeah.
Are you talking garbage or recycling?
Both.
Because the recycling is now changed to every other week.
Oh, every other week?
Yes, so we did send that's correct, we did send out, and you should be getting a door hanger on your door any day now that's outlining that, but we did send out, you got attached to your garbage can, that letter outlined the sanitation services and when they would happen.
So when they pick up the garbage?
He's gonna give you a paper now, we have the paper with us, to explain it to everyone. I'm sorry, and you know, the lack of communication, on our part, you know, could have been better. We put the signs on there and figured that was it, but it didn't work. So now we have these actually being delivered citywide to everyone. So if you take a look at that, that'll answer the question for you. Next question, yes ma'am.
Before I ask my question, I just want to find out, is Oak Grove Park a part of North Miami Beach?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Well, it depends. It depends on where you live.
No, the park is.
Oh, the actual park. Okay.
The park is not.
No, the park.
It's Dade County.
But what's your issue? I mean, we can reach out to the county for you.
No, it's just because I usually walk and do my jogging there every morning.
Okay.
And there's plenty of ducks over there. But I saw at least 2 people, they stealing the ducks. Is that an offense, officer?
We'll reach out to the county.
They picking up the duck and put it on the trunk of their car.
Well, I'll make sure we report that to the county. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm here. Manager.
All the pipes,
There's someone with a mic.
yeah, you can bring them. She wanted to know what are all the big pipes that are around the streets for. And then those pipes are sewer pipes. Well, let me call Andrea up. I don't want to make something up. I'll give you a quick man-up answer real fast. Water director. I think I know what they're for, but I'm going to let the water director.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Those pipes are 60-inch pipes that are being put by Miami-Dade Water and Sewer. They're for reliability. That is another set of piping that they're putting into their water treatment plant, which I'm sure everybody knows is located by the FIU campus. That is their wastewater treatment plant. So the 60-inch pipe, the concrete pipes that you see, is a project by Miami-Dade Water and Sewer.
So nothing to do with future sewer for the city of North Miami?
Right now, they're not doing that. There is a project. They are starting to get a lot of funding for the Connect to Protect, which is one of the things that Mayor Cava is trying to do. What they're trying to do is they're trying to prioritize which ones are gonna be the sewer connections. Most of the sewer connections within the city of North Miami Beach are with the county, not the city.
Thank you, Andre.
Oh, Andre.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have a question, piggybacking on her question or statement. With the recycling, it went from every week to every 2 weeks. So I'm sure that was a financial decision, because it's a savings, right?
Well, it's not necessarily a financial decision, it's an industry decision. When we put our sanitation services out to bid, the bids that came in moved into every other week.
So it's a financial decision?
By the company.
Oh, the company made the decision?
You gotta say no,
I'm asking.
I'm trying to look to see who was at the negotiating table.
No, but that's, I'm sorry. But my point is typically, it's a financial decision in order, by saying this, if you don't want to pay what they want you to pay, then you decide
We
not to.
offered them more money to pick it up every week. They said no.
They didn't want money.
I can't go back and
I'm
forth
asking,
with you.
no, we're not gonna get defensive, it's a simple question.
And I answered you.
Okay, so you're saying that they're the ones that did not want to do it every week?
100%, and you can go back and look at the meeting, and they said it at the meeting, then no.
That's peculiar, but okay, I'll leave that alone. That's peculiar, but if you say that's what it is, then that's what it is.
I was at the meeting.
Okay, right. Then my other question, again, was, the contract was ratified not long ago from one company to the other. Through the grapevine, I heard, and I'm asking you this, because I wasn't there, that the decision to ratify the contract took so long that the contract that was in place ended up costing the city of North Miami Beach millions of dollars, because it was on a lower scale instead of a higher scale. I don't know if that's true. It's an easy yes or no.
What I will say is that the negotiations were stalled, and it didn't finish. What that was, I wasn't here, but it wasn't done. When I came in, I negotiated the contract and got it done.
Okay, so that means the people that were in power before you, wait, let me finish. Why you getting so defensive? I'm just asking. Wait.
Next question, please. Next question.
I have one last question.
Well, you can ask it after some other people.
Okay, sure. Who else? No problems.
Next question.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Before I ask my question, I would like to honor and say my appreciation to the city of North Miami Beach Police, because the way they treat you. I have a mental health brother. Sometimes I call them twice a day. They never get upset. They treat you with compassion. They treat you with dignity, with respect. You know, like they said in Creole. I also want to give my appreciation to Commissioner Villard. Even I don't benefit what she does because I'm working, but she think about the needed people, and I have a lot of friends who benefit from it. My question is, Commissioner Villard, like they say in Creole. Okay. And my question is about the water bill. I came to the city of Miami Beach since 6 years. The water bill was $180. From the pandemic, it became $213. This month, when they bring it to me, even for 2 months, I didn't have a washing machine, $359. You know, I went to the city, very nicely, they send somebody the next day, they do the work order, the person came, I have the paper, there is no leak. I would like somebody to tell me what you guys, why it's getting so high. I have no explanation. From the same people, I live there with my brother and my mother, my 2 brothers. 4 people and $359. That's, I don't understand it.
Was that that's the one time it was $359?
It was
just
from
the last
180 to 13, then it become 256, and then now it become
But you only got one bill
For the
for
pandemic,
359.
359.
Okay, so
A
we'll
month?
see, and maybe something happened that one quarter, but I'll have somebody.
But I thought it was a leak, there is no leak, I would like somebody to tell me why.
They'll help you, man.
Yes.
Can I explain that to her?
Thank you.
Can I explain that to her?
Next question. Yes, ma'am.
Listen, Washington Park is one family, we all know that. And we have a dear woman that is a strong advocate for you all, Sandra Douglas.
Yes.
She's not well now, so I pray, and I hope all you will keep her in your prayers, because she's very strong to take care of Washington Park.
Yes.
That was just something I wanted to say. My question is, as you're presenting what's coming up, why don't you present what the other commissioners are doing? I saw something where Ms. Shawn is doing something for the Spanish. So if it's a community, for the whole community, I would like to see what the other commissioners have coming up. Thank you. Anyway, it's on the 15th of September in front of City Hall. Come for the Spanish thing, because obviously they're not gonna mention it.
Hello, everybody. I just want to thank Commissioner Villard for everything she's done in the community. I have recently just become immersed in a lot of the things in North Miami Beach, and I really appreciate her for the program she's doing for the seniors. Even having the senior community center that's going to be open soon is amazing. I have a lot of elderly friends and relatives who are taking advantage of the Get Fit with Coach G, also the other programs. I even have some teenagers who came to her back to school drive who was able to win laptops and iPads and backpacks, and I just want to thank her for everything she does for North Miami Beach.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Saintville. I have a few quick comments, initially directed toward the chief. Yesterday at the budget meeting, I think I saw an allowance that's going to be coming to the new budget for ShotSpotter. I'm familiar with ShotSpotter, but I know that that's technology that maybe everyone doesn't know. So maybe this is a good opportunity to kind of talk about what ShotSpotter does. And I also wanted to comment on the brief presentation that you had. It spoke about mental health and the 9 p.m. program, both of which I think are pretty solid initiatives that the city should focus on, especially the police department, but more particularly was about ethical governance day, which is something that's done, is a county initiative that's done every year for the last 11 years. And my question, bringing it full circle, I've participated with it in the last 5 years, going to North Miami Beach, speaking to the students. The question that I always get is, what should we do if we're pulled over by the police? How best to handle being pulled over by the police? I can always give my perspective as a criminal defense attorney, but I think having initiatives that kind of give the students and give young adults, well, I guess all the residents, what's the best way to go about handling being pulled over by the police so we don't have incidents in our community? So that's my question and my comment. Thank you.
Do you have somebody who can talk about ShotSpotter?
Yeah.
We're gonna defer to Major Ochoa and Captain Rodriguez.
Hi, good evening, everybody. So ShotSpotter is a system that is set up with different microphones throughout the city, and what it does, it triangulates a shot. And what that shot does, it goes back to their headquarters, and it sends a notification to our dispatch center, and our dispatch center says, yes, that is a shot, it's not a firework. And we get an automatic notification in our phone applications and our dispatchers. And it tells our police officers within 5 meters where that shot is. And it goes through Google Maps and it tells exactly where it's at. It's phenomenal. It tells us precisely how many shots, who fired first, who fired not. And it's so precise that it is scientifically proven that these, they're scientists, they testify in court. And that's how scientific it is. So it triangulates shots. This is scientific information that's going back from the Iraq War, Afghanistan, and we have it here in our city. So in a nutshell, that's what ShotSpotter is. Kevin, please.
Hi, good evening. So just to expand a little further on that, the reason why we got that is because we're seeing an increase in gun violence in our city, and obviously that is something that we want to get ahead of and be proactive with and protect the citizens and the residents of North Miami Beach. So the reason why we got that is ShotSpotter helps us identify as soon as these shots ring out, because as much as we would love to get calls from the residents, we don't get them. So I'm really asking, if you guys are hearing shots, even if you're not sure of it, please give us a call, and I'm gonna give you our main line that comes into our station is 305-949-5500, and that gets to us immediately. If it's an emergency situation, as if somebody's shooting at you, then obviously now 911. But when you're hearing those shots, give us a call. I don't want to just rely on the ShotSpotter, even though it's very accurate. I'd also like the residents' participation as well. On top of that, I would also like to give you guys my email address. I'm the captain over investigations. If you guys have any information, tips, suspicious activities, I would like to see more participation from the residents, because you guys really help when we get our cases to help solve these cases. And I can always follow up with you if your tip does help to help us solve. So I'm gonna give it out to you if you guys are ready. It's Sandy, SANDY, .Rodriguez, RODRIGUEZ, @nmbpd.org. So if you have any information, it doesn't have to be just for the Washington Park area. I know we have some residents from other parts of our city. Send me an email if you guys have anything that is concerning to you as far as crime and anything that we need to investigate.
Good evening. Major Canillo's here with Operations Division to address your question regarding police and citizen encounters. That's always a hot topic throughout the nation, throughout the world, particularly here in North Miami Beach. Always, when that topic comes up, it's very tense. So I can tell you I've been an officer for 22 years, and I still get nervous when officers speak. Okay, so I can imagine what it's like for a normal citizen who doesn't have police encounters every day, what that must feel like when they're being pulled over or we're dispatched to their home and there's an interaction going on. The best advice we can give you is just try to remain as calm as possible. Our job, we're trained every single day, from the minute we enter the academy to the minute we get out, to de-escalate. Okay, so respect goes a long way, and it goes both ways. All right, so the best thing to do is just answer the officer's questions as best as you can. If it's a traffic stop, obviously one of the first things they're going to ask you is for your driver's license, your registration. Simple questions, not interrogatory. Just hey, how's it going? You realize what your infraction was, et cetera, et cetera. If you have a firearm, best thing to do immediately, right off the bat, officer, I have a firearm, and here's where it's located. Perfect. To us, that is, you tell us that off the bat, we're probably going to buy you some lunch after that. Because that is, we have families too, right? We got to go home, and we want to make sure that everyone is safe during that encounter. So just remain calm, remain cordial. Again, respect goes both ways, and we understand that. With our body-worn camera program, we're able to detect behavior that is not to our standards. So we'll be able to address issues that come up with that. So driver's license, registration, answer their questions, yes or no, and I promise you it's going to be a simple encounter, and hopefully you get released without a citation. Thank you. You're welcome.
Anything else? Hold on one second. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hi.
Okay, you're right.
I'm Dorothy Rarity, a part of the NMB Washington Park Voters Council. I have one question to ask. I know you touched on it very light about the fence. I think the fence has been in place since April or May. But what's going on with the project? When do we expect groundbreaking, and when do we expect to see any changes?
Kamar Brown, our Assistant City Manager, is over the project.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming.
So we are in the final phases of the design. We had a meeting last week with the consultants. The goal is to try to not only build a building, but to build a green building, right? So we had to do evaluations on how we accomplish that. We were able to get it, hopefully with the construction, we will be able to not only have, again, just a building, but really a top-class building for the community. The goal is by December, January, we will have submission of permits. The permitting process, our building official, Danny is here, so I know he will help us on the city side. We will have to work with our county partners to expedite it as much as possible, but given the scope of the project, it's a relatively large project, which means there are hoops that we will have to go through. We anticipate permitting to maybe take 4 to 5, maybe 6 months, and then we can break ground. The intent is not to essentially demo everything and then build, right? So we are staggering the construction in a way that we can remain operational. When we get to this facility, we will have to phase, I'm looking around the room for Andy, but we'll have to essentially, we know that there's programming that happens here, after school programming, so we will have to phase that to another facility, bring in transportation to alleviate the inconvenience that occurs from the parents that rely on the after-school care that happens here. So we're for construction, we're working on a phased approach, but right now the goal is to finalize the design, get permitting in. So design to be finalized December, January, go for permitting.
You have to do bidding?
Go for what, so the permitting process can happen in parallel to the bidding process. So permitting, 6 months, and hopefully we'll be able to move forward with construction. The goal is February 2024 is when we're looking to complete the project. There's also a component that is water related that is working in conjunction to this initiative too, right? So it's really 2 projects in one.
Okay. Thank you.
So let me, before, there's been discussions regarding a second floor facility for Washington Park. I want to bring it up before somebody else bring it up. I don't want people to think that I'm trying to run from it. We were instructed to reach out and determine what does that look like. The number one thing, and we have a $12 million budgeted project. It's budgeted $12 million, I think it's probably going to cost us about 13, maybe 13.5, because as time progresses on, cost goes up. So I think we're going to be about 13.5. For the type of facility that people are speaking of, a 2-floor facility with a gymnasium, that building itself would cost us about $11 million. Our total project is, like I said, is expected $13 million, but that building itself would be about $11 million. Aside from that, the rest of the stuff, by the time we're talking about the pool, the park and everything, probably additional $8 million, $9 million. The one important thing is, it costs another $1 million just to do the plans on it. So, in all perfect world, yeah. And the parking requirements is another big thing. Once we go 2 stories, the parking changes.
Regarding the 2-story,
Yes.
there was a suggestion was made in a meeting saying that can you build a facility that can be, is that more, that's more than?
Well, it'll be another, and I'm happy you said that, because the design right now is gonna be done, like she said, in December.
Right.
If we go back and say change the design, because you have to redesign the building to be static.
Okay.
So now you're talking about another year. So we're working, but we did get the cost. We will be, talking about that more. But everything's moving, we're looking at a completion date of 2024. Okay. Do we have anybody who has a question, maybe in Creole? I see some people here, because I do have Vice Mayor here.
Thank you, Mr. Manager, and I see our mayor's coming up. I'm assuming at some point he's gonna have some things to say, but I just wanted to, at the request of our city staff, I know we have some Creole speakers in here. My name is Mackenzie, I'm your Vice Mayor, by the way. And so I know we have some Creole speakers in here, and we also have some Spanish speakers in here. Speaks to the diversity of our city. And so we have our Chief of Staff who's going to give a brief synopsis in Spanish, and I will give a brief synopsis of what was said in Creole, Haitian Creole. But before that, I know there was a question about connectivity with sewers. Aside from what the county is doing, which this is $1 billion issue that also affects sea level rise, and we know some of the concerns with septic tanks, etc. The city has begun or is working on, I don't know where they are with the Corona Del Mar project, but if you're looking towards 163rd Street and approximately 16th Avenue, there's been some construction happening over there. We allocated some funding so that people can get connected to sewer in that area. And that's the trajectory that the city is taking to try to assist as much as they can when it comes to connecting people to sewer, because we do understand how expensive that may be. So hopefully that gives you some insight into what we're doing with sewer connections citywide. And also we have a $200+ million capital improvement project with our water department. And so you're going to see a lot of work being done all over the city, from Eastern Shores to Ulita, Washington Park, getting done through our water department. And so we're proud of that investment that we're making. So in Creole, and with all due respect, I know everyone doesn't speak Creole, okay, but we have done it in English, and we just want to be mindful to everyone who's in the room. And so we'll be very brief, but want to make sure that they get information as well. Also, thank you to the Voters Council for allowing us to host this evening. Ok, en créole, nous connaissons plus le monde haïtien qui parle créole, nous sommes résidents tout, nous ne pouvons pas nous trop longtemps, mais nous avons pour nous capables de comprendre exactement tout ce qui a passé dans la ville de Miami Beach. Premièrement, nous avons remercier le commissionnaire Paule Villard, qui toujours travaille à bataille pour les résidents de Miami Beach. Nous remercions lui. Deuxièmement, nous avons remercier le staff de North Miami Beach tout pour tout l'effort qu'il a fait dans la ville. Premièrement, une question qui est posée, c'est sur le parc Washington Park, côté nous il est là. Ok, il y a un investissement qui a fait qui vraiment un investissement qui prend un pile de temps, mais nous connaissons que après 40 ans, nous dans zone ça attend pour être capable d'élever zone là, et bien l'administration qui l'a connu là a été votée pour nous être capable de joindre COB en plus pour nous capable compléter un parc dans zone ça. Qui veut dire que le building ça là. Après trop longtemps, on a crasé lui. Le building qui était en face là, côté nous connaissons pile monde qui pas vraiment mais ça qui t'a passé en face là, nous acheter building ça, nous crasé lui et nous allons rétablir un bel parc pour la communauté dans une zone qui parle de piscine, qui parle de librairie et en pile d'autres bagages pour que les familles, grand monde capable de participer là-dedans. En ce qui concerne Fatra, Waste Management, c'est une compagnie que nous avons gagné en vente. Donc, tout le monde qui est compris pour Waste Management parce que Fatra n'a pas ramassé, nous avons un problème avec la compagnie ça. Et après, en pile de travail, nous venons voter pour nous capables de chercher une autre compagnie. Une nouvelle compagnie que nous avons là, les Coastal. Nous peut-être capables de gagner différentes choses qui passent dans la zone qui semblent différentes que ça nous habitue. Et nous marqué City of North Miami Beach sur tout. C'est le monde qui a commencé à faire là. Recycling, nous sommes obligés de diminuer, nous sommes ramassés 2 fois chaque semaine, mais nous nous ramassons chaque quinzaine. La raison pour ça, c'est parce que le prix a monté. Si nous faisons chaque 2 semaines, eh bien tout le monde l'a fâché parce qu'il a pas touché proche, non, gens que pas d'après. So nous sommes obligés de make sure que pour nous capables de faire un bon service, nous diminuer recycling, non, mais tout l'autre bagage après les mêmes gens. Garbage, avec Fatra ramasser, même gens. Si nous avons des complaintes ou bien si nous avons des problèmes avec la compagnie, nous connaissons que depuis nous avons fait transition est capable de transition compliquée. Mais si nous avons une question au problème, nous sommes capables de jouer avec Villard, nous sommes capables de toujours aider nous avec ça. En ce qui concerne le département de l'eau, il y a pile construction qui a fait dans 159, dans la zone Allen Park, Washington Park. Nous voyons pile gros tuyaux, right? Et nous voyons pile trou. Mais c'est Miami-Dade County qui a fait le projet ça. nous demandons nous pour nous capables prendre une patience parce qu'il a essayé assurer que tuyau de l'eau pas pété, tuyau de l'eau pas de problème, nous obligés de faire investissement ça dans l'infrastructure de l'eau. Mais pas avant longtemps, il a retracé route, il a rangé route et tout bagage a bien plus belle, il a mis pied bois, tout bagage a bien plus belle. Et puis tout, nous avons dit que Villard a dépensé à peu près 200 milliards, non, milliards c'est millions, ok. Et on a dit, je vais essayer de faire ça capable. 200 millions pour être capable d'investir dans le département de l'eau à tout, ok. Et puis, les gens qui ont septic tank, nous connaissons que septic tank cause un pile problème parce qu'ils ont un leak, et bien, on a essayé de travailler pour nous jouer COP, pour nous aider les gens à transitionner sur sewer, côté nous capables de connecter directement, ok. Et puis, après de ça, nous avons depuis nous avons des problèmes, contactez-nous pour nous capables aider nous parce que chaque monde a des circonstances différentes. Si l'eau n'a pas paraît normal, pour capable de leak ou bien on capable de gagner un leak. Mais c'est nous-mêmes qui pouvons déterminer qui ça problème est pour nous capables d'essayer de ranger pour vous. Et nous remercions le département de police dans tout qui là. Nous connaissons que le département de police travaille en pile pour capable assurer que nous gagnons safety dans la communauté et nous là à disposition. Nous gagnons Chief Smith et puis nous gagnons Chief Ford qui là tout et tout l'autre staff qui là. Nous capable dire Chief Ford c'est un monsieur qui connaît pas le créole et puis il là pour capable assistant chief or deputy chief il là pour capable aider nous et puis nous gagnons Mr. Fonts who's here. Nous connaissons, you can stand up. They know you for a very long time in the community. Oui, avocat. Oui, so nous connaissons que il là pour capable aider nous et puis nous gagnons avocat Hans Antinor tout. Ok, qui parle créole, et puis nous avons une question qui concerne la situation légale citoyenne, qui parle créole, qui est capable d'aider nous aussi. Et puis nous avons un dernier bagage de American Rescue Plan dollars. Ce sont comme que si notre Miami Beach recevoir à peu près $20 millions, comme ça nous commençons à déterminer qui ça nous va faire avec eux. Il y a des gens qui jouent aide pour manger, il y a des gens qui jouent aide dans l'autre genre, mais le programme à développer et nous gagnons pour nous capables d'assurer que nous jouons aide avec eux. Vite. Et tant d'autres bagages que nous avons besoin d'aide avec eux dans la communauté de North Miami Beach. So, nous croyons que je vais camper là parce que dans une bagaille nous avons dit, mais that in a nutshell, en créole, c'est tout ça qui est parlé là. Si nous avons des questions, s'il vous plaît, ouais, avec staff là, et vous capable d'aider nous. Merci en pile et vous à la Francisco, vas-y en espagnol. Oh, any questions in Creole? Okay, est-ce que vous avez des questions en créole? No questions in Creole? That means I did a pretty good job. All right.
Man volunteered to do it in Spanish.
There we go. Good evening, everyone. I really want to thank all of you for coming out this evening. I'm very grateful to see all the faces that have been covered for so long. Your smiles just bring warmth to my heart and to all of us here this evening. Thank you very much for coming out and taking the time. And thank you to the city staff for providing the explanations on everything that we are all working on to see North Miami Beach move forward. I remember when the trolley first started, the trolley didn't come through Washington Park. And one of the things that Voters Council came to the mayor and came to me and told me what was going on, and we worked it out with former staff, and we were able to get the trolley to come through Washington Park. It didn't do it. So I'm glad to see that everybody, again, I want everybody to understand that what we do is a collaborative effort because we do it for the greater good of the residents and the taxpayers of the great city of North Miami Beach, who are so well deserving of all these city services that our city provides. So thank you very much this evening. Señoras y señoras, aquí estamos en la ciudad de North Miami Beach dando las gracias por participar esta noche en nuestra presentación. Aquí tenemos un afile de todos los policías desde nuestro nuestra jefa del departamento y diferentes departamentos, y todos están aquí para poder contestar sus preguntas. También tenemos el staff aquí que si tiene preguntas sobre el centro que se va a hacer aquí de la comunidad, aquí está la señora Brown para poder contestarle sus preguntas y dejarles saber qué es lo que estamos haciendo aquí en la comunidad. No tengan pena, please don't be shy to come up or ask questions. All of you have my number. If you don't, it's 305-582-0867. 305-582-0867. Feel free to call me at any time. I'm your mayor. I love you. I'm here to serve you. We all are here to serve you. And thank you very much to our manager, everybody tonight, and Commissioner Villard for putting this on. I do want to say one thing before I leave in closure. I would like to see the city community center happen as soon as possible. However, I will tell you that from before, we always spoke about a 2-story building. I don't understand why it would cost us any money to go back to the drawing board if the drawing board already had the design and the idea that we had already spoke to when we had the neighborhood charrette, and everybody came out and said what we wanted. And you know what, folks, as your mayor, you know, I may have 2 more years here in the city, and I'm gonna continue always fighting for our community. But I'm gonna tell you something. If I'm gonna build something today, I'm gonna build it making sure that it's gonna last and be here for 20 more years. And not what we have right now, which is a room full of people all cluttered up, folks. So if we're gonna do it, let's do it right. And you know what? If we have to spend another $1 million, then let's spend another $1 million and do it right. Because if we can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in parties and events and everything else that goes on in the city, we have $1 million to finish this park right.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. But it's another extra $10 million. He said $1 million, but it's 10. I just want everybody to know that. So it's $1 million for the plans to do the new park, but it's actually $10 million to build, additional $10 million, so another $1 million. At this time, I'm gonna, yes, ma'am.
See that fence y'all built right there? It's very dangerous. I almost got hit twice on that corner right there because of the fence. You can't see the traffic either way. Either way, you can't see it. And I almost, even though I got the right of way, I almost got hit twice on that corner.
Well, it'll be taken care of. It'll be taken care of next week, I promise.
Thank you for following. Thank you very much.
Am I at the back now?
We are finished for today. Thank you guys very much. Commissioner Villard.
No. You pushed me to the back, my brother, and I waited quietly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's get for the raffle.
First is a statement and a question. Okay. The first is a statement about the road 159 between Miami Avenue to 16th, for NMB I believe is from 6th to 16th. There's so many potholes. And somebody might say, well, hey, it's because of the sewage pipe getting put in. But the problem is, after they've already put the pipe in the ground, the road is not being maintained. As each car goes over it, of course, it goes down and the pothole gets bigger. If you're on a scooter, a motorcyclist, a motorcycle cop, I wouldn't want them to drive down that road. It's terrible. I don't know who's responsible for maintaining it, because I'm sure it's probably outsourced now, outside of the city of NMB. But whoever is supposed to be dealing with it, they're not doing a good job. So I don't know if you've driven down that road, Mr. Manager, City Manager, Mr. Sore. But it's bad, it's terrible. In 55 years in North Miami Beach, I've never seen it that bad before. And the pipe's been in the ground a minute now, but nobody's maintaining the low spots, and they go lower and lower. Then now, that's one. The other one is the pink elephant in the room. I got a video pertaining to Commissioner Villard as in being driven around armed security. Okay? For me, it's a fiscal issue, as in money. Okay? I don't understand why we don't utilize, if we are gonna even okay it, we don't utilize our police to do it, so that money stays in-house instead of being given to an outside entity.
I think whoever told you was an outside entity.
Okay, so it is, okay.
Thank you. It's all right.
But, okay,
Thank you, sir.
so either way. Okay.
Thank you, appreciate you.
Well, we do pay the police each time they drive the commissioners. There's a cost involved in this. It's not just because it's our police department. We can give rides to the commissioners.
Could you ask them how much it costs us,
I have a
per
PR.
year, please?
There's a PR.
How much does it cost per year for the new Sergeant in Arms
It's
program?
not a new person at all. It's somebody that already.
I said it's a new program. It's not an old program. It's a new program to have a Sergeant of Arms in North Miami Beach. And what is the cost?
I'm not sure the cost is because it fluctuates whenever somebody needs.
Okay, so from,
I don't have that answer.
I believe that from December of 2021 to May of 2022, it did cost $10,000. So that's a ballpark. Okay. We don't have a problem with that.
Okay, at this time, I'll turn it over to Commissioner Villard. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I come here tonight to say thank you for Commissioner Villard for what he do from the city of North Miami Beach. Especially if I'm here tonight, I can say thank you for Commissioner Villard because I'm living in North Miami Beach, 163, in 24 years. I never get the one fair in my door to say they have a town meeting in this place. I can go to sit down to listen what they have for the city of Miami Beach. Tonight, I will say it's a pleasure for me. I will say thank you for Commissioner Villa. Put us and what people in North Miami Beach, what the commissioner, what the city manager, city mayor. I will say I never have that before. Now I can say tonight I'm sitting here. And last time in 69, I sit down again. I will say thank you from Commissioner Villa. I will say for you all who's be here tonight, give Commissioner Paule Villa and city of North Miami, in the manager, give a chance to working in the city of North Miami together to put the city is what he is right now. I will say thank you, Commissioner Villa. I want the people to put your hand together for city of North Miami, manager and city Paule Villa. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just, I want to call Lorenzo, the Voters Council. You come in. We have the President of the Voters Council before we close. We want to thank you for opening the door in Washington Park so we can have this meeting today. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Lorenzo Hall. I'm the Voters Council. I'm the President of the Voters Council of North Miami Beach. The organization that was put together for Washington Park, the president, and I'd just like to thank each and every one for coming out, for all the staff, commissioners, the mayor, and everyone for coming out. Also, I would just like to say Sandra Douglas, which is our vice president, to keep her in your prayers. once again, just to piggyback off of what Phyllis was saying, Sandra Douglas, she's a strong fighter. She's not the only one that's fighting for the residents in Washington Park or the city of North Miami Beach. It's more than just Sandra. But just keep her in your prayers. Okay, you have her to give me.
Okay, now we finished. Thank you so much. Now we're gonna pass out the tickets. You know, we promise. When we promise, we deliver. So we said we were going to have a raffle, and we have some gift cards from Target, and we have an iPad. Someone will go home tonight with an iPad. So make sure you get a ticket. Bernice, will you pass out the tickets? Okay, make sure you get the tickets, and we're gonna call numbers, and to make sure that one person tonight. I hope it's me. Usually, you know what? Usually when I do raffle, and then they have my name on it, and usually I pick my own name. It's like so perfect. So, my God, what happened? Where's the manager?
Let's have respect, please.
Hello, everyone. Please give Commissioner Villard your undivided attention. It's very disrespectful to start conversating among yourselves. We're not done. Thank you.
Hey, Papi.
Thank you, Chief. Now, if you're not interested, we really almost finished. If you're not interested in the raffle, you can leave. We're just doing the raffle. So if you're not interested in getting an iPad or the gift card, you can leave. Yeah. Okay, so pass out the tickets, and we're gonna call numbers. Bernice, can you bring the numbers here, please? Oh, yes. Does everyone have a ticket? No, if they say no, you don't have a ticket. Does everyone have a ticket? You have a ticket? Okay, I hope you win.
Yeah.
I hope you win. No. When I say I hope you win, it's everybody. Come on now. I want you to win. My voters council. So are we calling those first? Usually, you know what? Should we just call the iPad first? I think we should just call the iPad first. Then after that, we give the prizes of consolation. Right? Okay. And those iPads, they were donating doing we had a boxer who came doing the book bag giveaway, and he gave a few laptops to the city and a few iPads, and we had 3 left. So that's why we're doing it. So we didn't buy it from the city. We just had them donated by the boxer, the professional boxer who came. Okay, so bling. Who's going home with the iPad? Where do I take it? On the other side. I'm sorry. Where do you open it? Like here? Oh, for real? I thought you was somewhere else. You shoot us like no. Okay. The iPad. Let's get ready to win the iPad. Look. Okay. Wow, this is the winner. You are the winner. 698. Does everybody have 698?
Yes.
Very good. What about a
What about an 8? No, wait. So we have 698786. The person is gone? Karen, don't tell me you come in with my iPad. So 786. Who has it? You have it? Come here.
786.
You are the winner. If we okay. Oh, the wheelchair? Okay, no. Okay, no, you don't have to come.
Is it 786?
I didn't win it. Okay, so he is a winner. Congratulations. 698786. We want to take a picture. Patrick. I thought you were going to win, Lorenzo. Now, we have some gift cards. Don't go yet. If you have a ticket, don't go yet. We have some gift cards that we're going to be giving away. So, Patrick. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Wow, congratulations. Okay, we're going to take a picture.
You know what you're going to do? Everyone this guy.
No, 1 second. We have to take a picture.
Hey.
Okay, now we're giving the gift card. We're going to pick more numbers. We're picking more numbers. We're picking more numbers. Only one. The iPad is super expensive. We can only give one. But we have some prizes of consolation. I hope you win. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, target. That's funny. Okay. The next number is 698-770.
Yes.
Oh, I can't believe you. He always wins. OMG. Last time he won $50. Yeah, he won $50 last time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Jesus loves you. Another gift card. Can you believe it? Wow, congratulations. Boba guy. Okay, you know, Director of Parks, I have you pick the next one. Okay, what's it? That's too close to the other one. 698-782. 698-782.
Come on, get your stuff. Come on.
Oh, watch out. Be careful.
Wait now, you gotta get your stuff. You have to stay healthy to spend the gift.
698-782. You want a Target gift card. Congratulations. Tajay. Congratulations. You look very beautiful. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna call the numbers fast. The next number is 698-757. 698-757. Oh my God, 75, nobody? Okay, I'm calling them fast. If you don't hear them, okay, everybody call your number because that's how you win. Listen, you just have to believe. That's what it is. If you believe you're gonna win, you're gonna win. If you believe you're gonna win, you're already a winner. Okay.
Because you believe.
698-785.
698-785.
Karen, you have it?
Yes.
785. Anybody? Oh, you have it? Okay, somebody has it. That's it, Paule. What? That's it. Congratulations. The next number, Daniel, since you're here, pick a number. Yeah. Oh, you came back. 698-768. I told you to call your number. And she called her number. You told me to call it for her. He called it, right? Yeah, you did. Oh, you see? Oh, you did that on purpose. You picked her number. See, when I say you have to have faith, that's what it is. Faith is everything in life. Congratulations. If you didn't have that, I had to find something to bring to your house. But I'm glad you win though. Okay, now, there's another person. There's somebody else who went. Let me see if I can get her ticket. 698, win quickly. 698-761. Woman? Oh my goodness. That's a family of champions. Family of winners. OMG.
Remember you touched my hand. Yes. You touched my hand.
Yes. I hear it.
Congrats, what you watch them games, what you again? Ah, you for you, remember? Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, now. Let's have it in the next number is 698-760. We just got 61. We got 760. Come here, you win. How about that video about who? Okay. Come on. You won a lot of things last time. You went home with something. All right. Okay, 777. Man, you know what? I remember. I like that number. I wish I could just pull it. You know. Let me tell you something. Every time, that's true. You know what I realize, Madam Trisha? You know what I realize? Every time I do raffles, I am so perfect in taking numbers. I'm serious. I always do it. I take 60, 61, 62 now. my God, you almost good. 77 almost good, but it's 698,775. Look at my baby. How are you? Oh boy, it's getting popular, man. Whoa. You won. You are a winner. Congrats. Merci. On va l'écrire. Let's see, merci. Oui, papa. Very good. Now we have the last one. I was just going to give it to another lady there, but I'll just have to call the number. You just have to be fair in life. You know? In life, once you do your thing the way that you're supposed to do it, you have nothing to worry about. Just do your thing. Don't worry about anything. Oh my God, I almost called 777. 698 778. 778.
Congratulations. Listen, Danielle, you